Hello, hello, hello. It's Monday. It's coffee time again. It's the new. We're doing the news. We're going to the Daily Mail website, so you don't have to. Should we do this one? It's the headline. Right. You've got to take the headline in. Transgender killer who changed from male to female and now identifies as a baby in Scottish prison at Heart of Sturgeon Row says it's a he, fears he would not survive if moved to a men's jail. Okay. So anyway, this is Daniel Eastwood. There you go. And he strangled his cellmate to death with a shoelace. Yeah. And whilst he was in prison, he decided to transition and changed his name to Sophie. And this is why Scotland's in the state it's in. And now he identifies as a baby. Do you ever wake up? Right, and think the world's gone mad? Yeah, Daniel Eastwood was jailed at Dumfries Young Offenders Institution for dangerous driving, age 18, right, and was a month away from the end of his sentence when he strangled his cellmate, Paul Algie, to death with shoelaces in 2004. He's now 38, right, and identifies as a female called Sophie, and he's being held at HMP Cornton Vale, Scotland's only all-female jail. Now Eastwood also claims he identifies as a baby and worries that it wouldn't survive in a male prison if they were moved. Wait a minute, this guy strangled his cellmate with shoelaces. Surely they'd be worried about him. You wouldn't want to share a cell with him. You know, you can only come in the cell if he's got those shoes with the Velcro, you know, that you get for the kids. No shoelaces. Yeah. So anyway, this harks back to a story from last year. Cause the Daily Mail are very good. Did we cover this last year? Yeah, it demands nappies, baby food, and a dummy. Yeah. The prison service has no protocol for prisoners who decide they're babies. Yeah, and they got jail for life 17 years ago. And they claim that they would be free if they weren't trans. No, it's because you're a nutter and you're a killer. Yeah, and you can see why Nicola Sturgeon had to step down, because when this stuff because again, a lot of this stuff goes hidden. You know, it kind of goes over the heads of a lot of people. When this nonsense comes out, people go, what? And yeah, yeah, you can see why the SNP's in the state it's in, because this has been going on behind the scenes. Should we go from some EU news? Hooray! Well, apparently, right, the Spanish Tourism Board reckons that the new EU tourist tax is going to be a threat to their economy and could see UK holidaymakers go elsewhere. Yeah, there's going to be a tax of €7, that's about £6.20, as part of the European Travel Information Authorisation System, or ETIAS for short. And it's going to be applied to those visiting Schengen areas, and this is coming out about in November. The Spanish Tourist Board described the tax as a threat and said it risked undermining Spain's tourism sector. Look at that. It's full of people. You don't want to go there. Look how full the beaches are. Mind you, it could be good. It might thin out the amount of people going. So it could be an advantage to this. There's always There's always an advantage. So the board says that it's especially concerned about the impact of its tax on British tourism, our main issue market, with 18 million arrivals in 2019. That is a nice little earning. You see, the reason they've done that is to earn some of the money that we brought to the EU. They're clawing it back. And the tourism board was also concerned over Lufthansa's plan to convert the Rome Fiumicino airport into its new hub for intercontinental routes to Asia, America and Africa. They said that would undermine the Madrid Barajas hub. There we go. Fascinating. Are you going to Spain? Don't let me know in the comments below. We don't need to go to Spain. Do you know why? Because we've got sharks in Cornwall. This is at Gunwallow near Portleathen, South Cornwall. And swimmers and paddlers, I imagine, have been warned because they spotted a rather large fin. And that does look big. I don't think it's a kid with a fake fin strapped to his back. It looks quite choppy out there as well. This was 11 a.m. yesterday. A woman was walking along the coast when she captured an image and she shared it on social media. I'm surprised she didn't do a TikTok challenge. All right, look at that. Why go to Spain when you can go there? Look at that. I'm sure the dog would love running up and down there. So proceed with caution. And they haven't confirmed what kind of shark it is. Is it a great white? Ooh, is it Jaws? But Jackie Williams snapped the scary photo, and she's a native Cornish person. She claims it's not a basking shark, as it only had one dorsal fin. But her son-in-law posted the image on Facebook and urged locals and tourists to be careful of the thing. But the spokesman for the British Divers Marine Life Rescue has rubbish claims that it could be a shark. Speaking to Mail Online, the area coordinator for Cornwall and the Isle of Scilly said that it could be a seal. It doesn't look like a seal to me. Do you think that looks like a seal? It could be a very small windsurfer in the distance. It's definitely not a seal. I know what a seal looks like, and it don't look like that. No. Oh, BAFTAs. Everyone's going on about that. I didn't see the BAFTAs. Missed it. Meanwhile, University of Leeds researchers have come up with a plan that governments could tackle climate change by rationing. World War II style rationing. So they're going to they could ration petrol, energy, meat, and even international travel in an attempt to slash carbon emissions rapid and fairly. It doesn't even go anywhere near to tackling the carbon emissions coming out of China. So no. Meanwhile, Biden, old Sleepy Joe himself, he's getting some of that Zelensky love. Look at that, he's really getting in there. We saw Dishy Rishi having a go, and now Biden says, I'm jealous, I want a hug. I think Zelensky is just offering free hugs to anyone who turns up there. Have that, come on, bring it in, bitch, let's hug it out. So that's good. I'm gonna do that story in a minute, because that's a good story. Let's go to some court news. This is ex-soldier Craig Livesey, and he ran amok outside a pub in Stockport last year. He was stopped by police for abusing passers-by outside a pub in Stockport. and yeah, he mauled. They're describing it as mauling. He mauled 2 female police officers. Yeah, he bit them. He bit one of them on the hand and the other on the leg, as them and a male colleague stopped him. The other PC said doctors that a bite wound on her leg was worse than any other bite she could have had. There you go. But Livesley of Droylsden, Greater Manchester, claimed he was merely acting on his fighting instinct because of his army training, blaming his behaviour on being traumatised from his experiences in combat in Afghanistan. Yeah, he blamed it on PTSD, and he faced up to 12 months in jail after admitting the 3 charges. But yeah, he was he avoided jail. He avoided jail. Of course, he avoided jail. Everybody knows that. He was ordered to complete 15 rehabilitation activity days and 150 hours unpaid work, and as compensation, ordered to pay £300 to PC Dorey, £150 to PC Russell, and £100 to PC Forsyth. He must also pay £300 in court costs plus £128 statutory surcharge. And how did he react? Well, he laughed his bloody head off because he got off lightly. Or he probably blames that on his PTSD too. There you go. So this is to be expected. That's court news for you. Court news. I don't know. Meanwhile, got some more court news here. This is a good one. This is the story of Candice Harrison. Her father, Arthur, was responsible for designing parts of the Hawker Harrier jump jet. That's the vertical, was it VTOL? Vertical takeoff and landing. I used to find those things fascinating as a lad. Have they got a picture of a jump jet? Yes, they have. Here we go. Look at that. Look at that. There you go. Jump jet. Right. Well, anyway, she was at court. Oh, this was an inheritance battle. Here she is, heading to court. She's the lady on the left. And yeah, she was locked in a £2.5 million inheritance battle with her builder cousin, Jonathan Greenwood. Because she used secret spy cameras to catch her cousin, persuading her dementia-ridden mother to leave him a large share of the fortune. Yeah, there you go. So she got it all down on spy camera. The 63-year-old claimed her cousin had turned her mother, Julie Harrison, against her after becoming increasingly frail due to dementia, before persuading her to change her will in his favour. Judge Deputy Master Catherine McCow ruled that Mr. Greenwood had carried out a campaign of undue influence following a trial at the High Court. And the judge said Miss Harrison's secret cameras caught Mr. Greenwood red-handed as he tried to get elderly mother to leave him more money, adding that he played her on false fears about being put into a low-grade care home by her daughter. And here he is. Here's the fella. Here's the sneaky boy. So yeah. So she won. Yeah, she sued him. It's a big case. Just reading. Yeah, he's been left with £120,000 legal cost bill. They're attempting to overturn the will as well being false because of his undue influence. God, that's good, isn't it? That was a good one. Meanwhile, yeah, the BAFTAs. They do the in memoriam thing. They put up all the people who've died. Missed out Bernard Cribbins. Shocking. That's not the first time. They did the same thing with Bob Hoskins when he passed. I don't know. Just not right. I've got some more court news. This is Bronwyn Downs. She's 26-year-old, beautician, and oh boy, she bit her boyfriend's nose off. Yeah, it was they called it the date night from hell. Yeah, she sunk her teeth into Luke Berry's face during a drunken argument when they got thrown out of a wine bar on March 25th last year. As Mr. Berry recalled in Agony Downs, who also works as an advisor in the recruitment sector and as a volunteer for cancer research, shockingly spat out the end of his nose, exposing his nostrils. I guess this is in before the attack. I mean, I know sometimes when you go for a drink, you go for a snack afterwards, but she's taken that to extremes. Yeah, she was described as happy and lively, but was urged to get help with her temper and for her taste in noses. But yeah, Mr. Berry's been left with permanent facial disfigurement. Yeah. But yeah, they've been drinking. They'd had a good drink. They'd had a good drink before getting into an argument. But don't worry, she dodged jail. She's going to have to complete 100 hours of unpaid work and 15 rehabilitation activity days, where they're going to train her not to try and eat people's noses. She should have gone to jail, and you knows it. I went there. I'm sorry, I just went there. I went there. Meanwhile, in Venice, a low tide has left them with no canals. The canals are empty. Wouldn't go to Venice. After watching Don't Look Now. Don't go there. Stay at home. Don't go to Venice. No. What else have we got? I feel like I've done a half an hour already. What else have we got? Oh, Carnival's back. Yeah, the Rio Carnival is back. First full-on edition since COVID-19. And this, you can better believe there's something for the dads. Here we go. Hey, and something for the mums as well. Hey, Carnival in Rio de Janeiro. Meanwhile, more mangling of language. The Welsh Government failed to mention women in a recent document about period poverty. Jane Hutt, the Labour Welsh Minister for Social Justice, was introducing the Period Proud Wales scheme on February the 15th. Here she is. No relation. That's Jane Hutt. No relation to Jabba the Hutt. No relation. Yeah, they didn't. In this document, they did not use the term woman or girls because, you know, inclusivity. Oh dear. And this is how regimes take hold. They control language first. There was this book, I don't know if you've read it, by a bloke called All 1948. I mean 1984. It was written in 48. Yeah, control the language. And the Secretary of State for Wales, David T.C. Davis, said of course Davis, oh yes by all, said the omission was astonishing. Yeah. And don't get me started on period poverty. The missus feels very strongly about that, don't you, missus? She's shaking her head and going, grimacing. Oh, I wish I'd have kept this. first generation Apple iPhone with its original box, right? Went up for auction. Here we go. Oh, look at that. How much did it raise? Go on, have a guess. Oh, a bit higher than that. Bit higher than that. Yeah, it sold for $63,356. And yeah, this is 16 years after it was released by Apple. It was expected to fetch around $50,000. But yeah. And its original asking price back in the day was $599. So yeah, it's not bad, is it? From 2007. But a bit expensive now. I imagine some YouTubers probably unboxing it as we speak. What do you reckon? I reckon so. Oh, we're going here again. oh, here we go. Right, okay. Now, do you remember Kayla Lemire, or Lemire, from Canada, or Tranada as we like to call it? Do you remember them? That's got me demonetised. Anyway. Well, anyway, Kayla Lemire denies that she dresses like a man when not in school grounds, right? After her neighbours claimed to have seen them around without the full costume on. And yet, the Canadian told the New York Post this weekend that oh, I can't even. They said, "I'm not wearing prosthetic breasts," and claimed that they weren't transgender but were in fact born intersex. They're pulling our legs. Yes, see, this is the headline from the New York Post. Look, love, if they are real, strap them in. Yeah. Look, they said, my condition is classified as Gigantomaster. We learnt that word, didn't we? We learnt that word together. And yeah, it's rare. When pressed for proof, Lemire said that they'd never received a formal diagnosis. Yeah. And anyway, if you want to know, this is the guy without the makeup and the boobs spotted coming out of the apartment complex. Busted. You can see it's the same bloke. It's the mouth. Look at the mouth. Look at the mouth. Busted. Again, there was a rumour going around. It's so the same bloke. Look, same nose and everything. See, same nose. It's the bloke. It's the bloke coming out. Look, see, you can tell. But there was a rumour that he was just winding everybody up, and it was a massive troll. He was trolling everyone. But yeah, apparently, they're real. I'm going to just do that. I'm just going to do that. But let's go from look, we don't need to do this. We know. Let's talk about Kailyn Stammers of Southwest London, right? She has she's recently gone under the knife, right? She had 34 double K breasts and was refused NHS surgery. Here she is before the operation. Again, this is very sad, because she could have gone on OnlyFans and made a bleeding fortune, but she didn't. The life-changing surgery, she had it done to stop her giant breasts crushing her, and she's dropped 6 cup sizes to 34F after a grueling 3-hour operation. The 24-year-old suffered agonising pain from her large breasts. But yeah, the NHS rejected her because her BMI was too high. Yeah, because the chest, come on. But now she feels she can finally walk down the streets without people staring. I don't know. I suppose you can still cop an eyeful, couldn't you? I suppose. But there you go. There we go from fake to real. So I do that. I can blend stories together effortlessly because I'm an artist when it comes to coffee time. This is art. This is art. This is performance art I'm doing here. But yeah, men had offered to send her money in return for pictures, and offering her to sleep with them. But she was having none of it. But yeah, she spent £7,800 in total. Getting a loan. She did it on her own. There you go. That's how you do it. Meanwhile, who wants to play Let's Spot the Crocodile? Look, it's really quite easy. It's there. Look, it's the crocodile. Can you see it? Yeah. That's in Australia, by the way. Remember, everything's trying to kill you. Don't go there. Stay at home. You don't want to go there. Meanwhile, imagine you're going on a cruise. You're going on a cruise and you phone down. You phone down for some room service, and you say, "You know what I fancy your fruit platter. I want some of that fruit platter. I want it to be lovely and delicious, and again, it looks nice on the menu. You think, oh yeah, that's lovely. I quite fancy that." And then that turns up. And, bit disappointing, that. So we've gone from a juicy pear to, well, no pear at all. See, effortless. I blended these stories together. I'm like a modern day alchemist. Yeah, but you'd be disappointed. Yeah. She said they're missing 3 fruits. You don't want to miss out on fruit, do you? Really, very good for you. Right, what else have we got? Right, I've got to scroll up because I've got a couple of animal stories. Yeah, we can do the animal stories now. I feel like I've done enough. Here we go. This is our first one, and this is in the Bahamas, right? And what we're seeing here is, right, this is dog versus shark. Seriously, dog jumps in, right, and goes after the shark. Look, he's chasing the shark off. Yeah, apparently this was a hammerhead shark, right, 12-foot hammerhead shark, and yeah, US visitors were astounded and were screaming because they thought, oh God, the dog's going to get eaten. But yeah, this dog jumped off the jetty and fearlessly swam out and had a go at a 12-foot hammerhead shark that was circling the waters. And they managed to capture this amazing battle. If you've ever wanted to wonder who would win in dog versus shark, well, dog wins. And because the dog just got the better of him, and the shark ran away. And people were whooping and screaming, stop it, get it out of the water. Company reservation manager Rebecca Lightbourne said on Friday that the black and tan dog always runs alongshore to greet the boat, when it passes the island. But this is the first time she's seen it diving in. She said, I guess this time the dog decided he wanted to protect his house or play with a really big fish in the water, so he went for it. And the dog's nicknamed Rufus. That is a name I often use when I talk about a dog. Rufus. Mrs. will know. She's nodding. He's a Bahamian pot cake. Is that a kind of dog? Oh, I've got to look that up. Search with pot cake dog. Found on Caribbean islands. Oh, they're lovely, aren't they? I like them. I'll have one of those. Belongs to the caretaker on the private island. Obviously, not scared of sharks. But yeah, she said she's seen the dog since the accountant says he's 100% okay. She counted his paws, still got all the paws, tail's intact. He's fine. And the shark swam away from the pier, and yeah, the dog was seen scrambling back on the rocks, with applause from the tourists ringing in his ears, with him yelling "Good boy" and "Well done." So that's a great story, isn't it? Oh dear, what a great story! But I'm going to give you another one. Or shall I end on that? I don't know. That's a good story. That's a good story. I mean, I don't know. I could end. I've done enough time. I feel like I'd be spoiling you. If I'm just buying time so I can find the story again. It is here. Trust me. Just search for it. Just do a search for it on the page. All right. Try and be clever. There it is. Found it. Meanwhile, what? I'm trying to do coffee time. Okay. What? You're jealous because of the dog story? Oh no! Not the ball. Ready? Okay, I've got you. Are you ready? Dog, ball, dog, ball. Hey! Well done. This is what they want. We're going to Poland. We're going to Poland now, to the city of Szczecin in northwest Poland. I think I've mangled that properly. It's close to the border of Germany, right? But there's a new attraction. It's Gacek the cat. He lives on Gasubska Street in downtown Szczecin, right? And he's living there for 10 years. You didn't catch it that time. Just bounced off her head. And he's been living there for 10 years. And now people come and visit him because he's a fat cat. He's Poland's fat cat. Yeah, they reckon tourists have been swapping historical landmarks and museums to see him instead. And here he is, a fat cat on the streets of Poland. There you go. I don't know. I think the dog chasing the shark off is the better story. Anyway, let's see if there's anyone in the chat room. Oh, 8 people. Well, that's not very good. Thomas is in. He says hi. Tony's in. He says hi. Thomas says, yeah, I heard about this sicko. Yeah, it's strange stuff. And Tony says, stop the world, I want to get off. It is weird. Brendan says, strangle or shoelaces? What a load of cobblers. Well, you wouldn't say that if you strangle shoelaces. That's why they take your shoelaces away. You must know, Brendan, when you've been to prison. You know, he only goes there to go to bend over for the soap in the showers. But you know when you've been picked up by the cops, they always take your shoelaces. Have you got those Velcro shoes I was telling you about? They might be. Thomas says that lots of people want to rejoin the EU as if it will solve our problems. It will solve nothing. Well, it means you get to Spain without paying €7. Brendan says, anything catch your eye on the record store day list? I was going to do a video about it, but I thought I'd do another video about Roger Waters instead. Do you want me to do a video about it? I'll do a video about it. It'd be easier if I did a video about it. Just for you, Brendan. and I will name you in said video. And convince him. Runs in as well. Says, "Hi Darren, are you going to buy a new Pink Floyd Dark Side of the Moon box? Why, are you going to buy it for me?" Thomas says, "Carnival my arse." And Brenda says she could have bitten off something else. Yes. And Thomas says, "Coffee time's the best part of the day." He's not a comedian. Trust me. Brendan's hung around for a long. He ain't a comedian. Trust me. Would I chase a shark? Depends how much you pay me. Josephine says, "I remember visiting Northern Territories a few years back. The big tourist attraction up there was a servo rooster named Cujo Drumstick." It reminds me of that story. Right? I don't know if you heard this. This guy, he's driving past a farm, right? And he sees a farmer. And he says, "Chickens for sale." And he goes in. He says, "Oh, you've got chickens for sale?" He goes, "Yes, I've got a very special chicken. I've managed to, through years of animal husbandry, I've bred this chicken. It's a very special chicken." And he goes, "Can I see it?" He goes, "Yes, over there in that field." And he's looking. And this chicken, right, it's got 4 legs. He goes, "That's amazing, 4 legs." "That's right, 4 legs, four-legged chicken, 4 drumsticks." And the guy goes, "That's amazing. If you could mass breed those, you know, all the restaurants and the chicken shops would love it." He goes, "That's amazing." He goes, "What does it taste like?" And the farmer says, "I don't know. I've never been able to catch it." And Joseph says, "Would you do a prog rock cruise?" "No, because it's full of swingers and I don't want to catch a nasty disease." And that's that. Oh, and Tommy gave me £2 because Tommy's the best, because Tommy likes giving me money, and I like Tommy because it's my birthday tomorrow. Do send money. Birthday. Send all. No, I'm nearly done. Look, we can do. I can do dog cam in a little window, like we used to in the old days. So happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me tomorrow. I don't know if there'll be a coffee time tomorrow. I don't know if I'll be. I might be at the pub. You never know. Who knows? Maybe I'll have to pre-record a coffee time. Anyway, thank you for watching. That was the news. Killing the channel, 1 video at a time. That's it. You know what you got to do. You got to drink it up. Oh yeah.